Hello guys, Warhammer here, back with episode 10 of our modded Tyrian campaign for the High Elves. We wiped out Khatep at the end of last episode, and our convoy is going to get attacked by the Beastmen. But we did take a dilemma which gave us regeneration for a couple of turns on our army, so we're going to try to use that to best affect this battle. So hopefully we don't lose too much, and we'll get some nice experience out of it. Beastmen against the High Elves. Matchup you don't see very often. Our convoy captain, Valen, leading our unit of Ulthuan Faithbearers, some archers, Lieutenant Seaguard, and rangers. They've actually been very impressed by rangers as a convoy unit. They're great in almost all of our matchups. But we are going to come and get out of this water because we don't want the debuff it gives us to our melee attack and speed. So we're going to pull up on this teeny little ridge, set up our defensive formation for the Beastmen. Lots of Ungor Raiders, two things of Chaos Warhounds with poison, which can be kind of nasty. And a couple of units of Ungor Raiders, so they'll start to get some of their archer shooting just a little bit. We're going to try to target them down first because they're our most important threat that we need to deal with to start off with. But the Chaos Warhounds are trying to push into some of our archers, which they do manage to push through a little bit. But we do get a countercharge with our Ulthuan Faithbearers, and they will actually do a fair amount of damage. That's part of the reason we kept our rangers in the back, was to support any of these fast units that tried to get through into our back line. So these rangers are going to feed through these Lieutenant Seaguard, get on them. Lieutenant Seaguard don't have bonus versus infantry, so we do not want to fight the Chaos Warhounds, even though they have pretty good defensive stats. But most of the Ungor Raiders haven't dealt with, although some are still trying to push in a little bit. These Ungor Spearmen actually managed to push into our Lieutenant Seaguard. Our Rangers actually chase a little bit too far, trying to go after this Chaos Warhound, so we're going to pull them back, try to protect these guys once again. But Rangers doing really, really well. Barely taking any damage, and they're doing plenty of damage. Despite being poisoned, they're actually doing really well against these Chaos Warhounds. Ulthuan Faithbearers as well, 50 kills, and I don't think they've had a single loss yet. These guys have taken a little bit more because they've gotten shot a little bit, but they've gotten almost 80 kills, 30 kills on these Rangers. Try to focus fire on these Ungor Spearmen before they can do too much damage to our Lieutenant Seaguard. Try to get them to rout. But one unit of Ungor Raiders is coming back. The other one managed to evade our focus for just a little bit while we dealt with these guys. But the enemy Beast Lord fighting our Thane, who is joining us, which is kind of pretty amazing that we got a Dwarf Thane on a naval convoy. Like the least likely place you'll see a dwarf most of the time. But his army's crumbling around him. I'm not sure how much longer this Beast Lord is going to want to continue fighting, because they are pretty much cowards when they don't have the advantage of surprise. Yep, good job on that. Chaos Warhounds did try to get on my Lieutenant Seaguard, but we shut that down. Fortunately for us. It still would be nice to heal this army up a little bit, because it's got several more turns before it arrives in the Fortress of Vorag. So, yes, we have the Maritime Empire technology down. So that gives us one more active convoy slot. So let's get that started. But where should we send this one? Our level 10 guy should be back, yes. Let's send him to... Okay, this is all really dangerous because this is all controlled by Norsca. And Bellicor, and then we have the Dark Elves up here. Let's go to Cathay again. Sure. Let's actually spend some influence for extra cargo, so we can make more money off that. This is our higher level guy, so he should be fine. This mage is going to join our Sea Helm army. And then let's deal with Count Noctis. Yeah,
Splendid.
he's got not a great army, actually. The army he sent before was much more dangerous. Lots of mortars, though. Let's put the extra speed on the Dragon Princes, since they're usually the slowest of the cavalry. Well, I guess this gives 15%. This is only 10, so let's switch that over. And this one we'll do on the Harbingers of Kurnos, and this on Ship's Company. Do we need to fight this? Probably not. Count Noctis will come back for another fight. That's fine. Let's keep taking the money. I need to look and see if this Sea Helm has got his... Ooh, nice. Really nice item. Gives regen, frenzy, and death blow. Where do we want to stick that? Probably not on there right now. What does our noble over here have for... You have just weapon strength. Actually, we'll keep it on the guys down there, because I think they're going to have more difficult battles than Tyrion will.
You have my attention.
So let's put that on this noble. Yeah, Frenzy, Death Blow, Regeneration, awesome. Oh, we have the Dragontooth copy as well. I forgot about that. Let's stick that on our Dragon Mage, since he is not mounted yet, so he'll stick around with infantry for now. Let's give both him and our Noble Glittering Scales, because that's a pretty good debuff for nearby enemy units. Actually, no, we should do one on our Mage rather than this guy, because she's going to stick around. Well, the Helm of Fortune on the Noble.
I will do my duty.
Okay. Dragonbane Gem, let's use those. Channeling Staff is actually a really good item for being common, but these other two are not. Categorize those so we get them in the right slots. Talisman of Loek is just a single target buff for, yeah, that's not that great. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. Dragonfire Handgun gives the flammable effect. Yeah, okay, let's put that on our...
What do you require?
Sea Helm, actually. That'd be really good for him. Cloak of Beards, we're not fighting any dwarfs at the moment. Stricture's Helm, very good item.
By. Dauntless.
Looking at our convoy guys.
How can I assist you?
Servant of the king, protector of the Everqueen.
How can I?
Sure, we'll put another one on this guy. Let's give him... Dawnstone's actually not a bad item for the physical resist. And we have a good item to give you. You're not ranged, so I don't care about that one, but the Sword of Anti-Heroes, that's actually a pretty good item. And we need to give you an enchanted item. Neither of those are really great, actually. Let's use those two. Obsidian Blade is not bad. It's a big jump in armor piercing, which actually might be good for this guy instead, actually. Because the princes don't have the best AP values. Okay, enchanted item. Our Sea Helm should be immortal now, so let's take that. And any ancillaries to give you? Not really. Okay.
Archmage.
Okay, this can only be equipped by a mage or handmaiden.
You have my attention.
We want stuff that gives extra control for our Archmage.
High Elven Archmage.
Because she's trying to build up Nagaryth.
noble son of Ulthuan.
Let's finish off
Excellent.
Captain Noctilus. We'll probably dock for one turn. Oh, I was going to check to see if I had the trait already for executing
Noble born.
enemy units. Yes, you do. Okay. So that means we don't get any more bonuses from that. But we'll dock in Lothern for one turn, then we'll start going after
Son of
the Youngling's Graveyard.
Asa noble.
Let's keep getting Bowmaster stuff. You, oh, we can get you to tier 5 too. Cost 10,000 though. Holy crap. But let's further reduce your upkeep. And this doesn't give any capacity for mages right now, so. Let's get the extra campaign movement range. That sounds good. Our Dragon Mage, let's get Kindle Flame, then upgrade another point into training.
I await your command.
Our Mage, Life Bloom. I want to get regrowth as soon as I can, because that's really good on Dragon Princes. Our Noble, let's get Blade Master. Valor of Ages just gives more weapon strength, but it doesn't matter against the Undead, who this guy is going to be fighting in the near future. So, Banner of Eternal Flame, very good item. Okay, let's bring you this. Oh man, it takes forever to get that way. It is faster this way, but I don't want to trespass through. How do you actually feel about us?
For words, but I'm pretty nifty with an axe.
Okay, he does not like us, so I do not want to trespass right away.
Alariel's champion. I never tire.
You're going to come and stay in the settlement, though, and hopefully get the public order under control so we don't get a rebellion. We're going to have to take it off taxation for a turn or so. But
The greatest.
let's get the island encounter real fast. We want to explore the island. So we get a Pyrrhic victory? That's kind of bull crap. Let's fight that real fast then. Vampire Coast does not want to leave us alone. Well, I guess this is us actually doing an island encounter. But we're doing it because the auto-resolve is kind of ridiculous. It had us with like a Pyrrhic victory and actually losing a couple of our sea company. Which, we're just going to obliterate this Vampire Coast army. We have 6 things of ship's company, and I think 8 in total of our, actually 9 of our Lothian Sea Guard. So we have a lot of firepower. It is being led by our Archmage of Life. This is her first battle. Well, I guess no, she fought some of the Vampire Coast in the south from the Dread Fleet, but no artillery for them. 3 units of gunnery pirate mobs, but they have 2 units of depth guard and some zombie deckhand mobs, but nothing super long range. I guess they have 1 unit of hand cannons. But yeah, they're just going to get obliterated by us. We tried to choose a little bit more opportune spot so we're not getting blocked by those trees right there. And as soon as they get into range, they are going to get obliterated. Death Guard normally would be a problem, but these guys do not have shields. So that hunger is not going to matter if they can't actually get into melee. And watch the hailstorm of elven arrows begin. Watch these guys get deleted. Like, look at this depth guard. Ooh! Oh man, they're losing like 10% health with each volley. We have so much firepower in this army. It's awesome. But 1 unit's gone. We have our Merwyrm summon as well. Summon right on top of the hand cannons. Try to distract their ranged fire for a little bit. These guys do like to take quite a bit of damage very, very quickly. But they are also unstable, so he's taking a little bit of damage from that. But it's useful though. I'm excited to see the Merwyrms actually in action once we've recruited them. But both depth guard are gone. We're trying to kill the ranged off before they can get actually to where they can start shooting. The head cannons fall very, very quickly. gunnery mobs in the back just get annihilated. Let's see if they actually get any units into melee. These guys got annihilated before they get there. This unit might get there, just barely in time. Did manage to get some spells off though with this little the deep caster for the admiral. They come in trying to get attacks in the Sea Company, even though they don't have very much armor. They have pretty good defensive stats, especially being buffed by our Archmage. So we just focus fire down on this Vampire Fleet Admiral and just annihilate her. Can't believe the auto-resolve wanted to give us a Pyrrhic victory for that and actually wipe out some units. Holy crap, that was bullcrap. We want the extra experience for you, though. We should put the Jar of All Souls on this Archmage, though. In case she does get killed. Where is that? Right there. I don't care about the Convoy Lord. We have a good weapon to give you. You don't have a missile attack, although the Bound Ember spears like that. But it looks like they're coming straight for Tor Anlek, actually. Which is bad, and Bellicor is at the Shrine of Cain.
I bring Azurian's fire.
Alright, we need to start... We have regrowth and dwellers below. Let's get some bonuses for our units now. This just buffs their combat stats in melee. This is extra reload time reduction, which I think is more important for this army's composition. It's a pretty good army. Marauder champions and stuff like that. That could be a problem, actually. Plus, there's all this other stuff. But the Phoenix Gate is there for a reason. Growth. We're saving for the White Tower, but we can build up this stuff. Let's save our growth and just build up like the Forest of Arnheim. So we can get some of those trade resources maxed out. Over here. I might have to pay to rebuild some of the stuff because we're getting a lot of penalties from devastation right now. This will cost $515. Let's do that one and this one. I can't afford to do that one, but we'll do this.
Shield against the darkness.
Okay, technology-wise, great weapons I don't care about for now. Unite local nobility reduces construction costs for industry and resource buildings. And construction time, and it also reduces grandeur cost for Council of Noble seats. This reduces construction costs and capital settlements, actually. And then the last thing it gives, grandeur per turn, and reduces construction costs in some of the higher tier buildings. Waystone Network gives chance of Winds of Magic increasing faction-wide, minus corruption faction-wide, along with campaign movement range. This is outpost stuff. Convoys get an additional unit when completing grandeur per turn, Lord Recruit rank. It's actually not bad. What about battle technologies that we want right now? I don't think there's a lot we want right now. I think it's actually better. Yeah, let's keep going down this for now. Oh, okay, we made contact with some of Cathay. We can start trading with them. Yes, please. Goldtooth, you're friendly with Zhao Ming, so that's good.
Guess what I call
And Goldfag's Man-Eaters are at war with Nordland. Can we look at Nordland, see if they're trading with anyone? They're not. I'll probably hold off on trading with the ogres then.
Lethal threats given form.
Convoy Captain.
Lord of Ulthuan.
Going into Bowmaster. And that should be our last turn at the Fortress of Vorag. We should get a bunch of money from completing that convoy, and then we can send out a new one. Yeah, with Norscan controlling all of the Bay of Ice and the territory near Marienburg, that kind of shuts off our ability to trade with one of our closer destinations, which kind of sucks, but... Bellicor, yep, you're attacking the Shrine of Cain, but we get a look at your army. Forsaken of Tzeentch, that's annoying. Trolls. Bellicor himself is the problem. He's got some Chaos Knights and Aspiring Champions. Yeah, unfortunately, we're probably going to lose Tor and like right here. Oh, they actually don't attack it. They pull back? Why? Convoy? You can get a Saurus Corvette? Yes, please. Carry out a successful assassination attempt on another character. So for your convoy, you've gotten Dragon Skull. We'll look at that in just a second. You get Influence, you get Sylvan Guard. So Dragon Skull gives you Ward Save plus reduced upkeep armor and leadership for worms and dragons in his army. That's awesome. We're definitely going to save that. Tyrion, yeah, we'll march you this way so you can take this settlement from the Vampire Coast, and then we'll move through this way. If Torix is on the way, we'll come down this way. That's okay. They're besieging Tor Anlek.
Strike them down.
We don't have enough movement range to make it there, even if we go full speed.
Magic in purest form.
That's good to know.
High Elven Archmage.
Keep getting more points into bonuses for ranged. Let's send out another convoy. So we have the option for Master of Horse. You get Silver Helms. Or Sea Garden, you just get more Lothian Sea Guard. That's probably the better choice, but let's do cavalry, because we haven't had any cavalry in our convoys for a while. Okay, I don't want to go that way. We have the Beastmen right here, that's why this is... Okay. You go towards Beric Var. I know there's a rogue army here that is at war with us, though, so that might not be the best idea for this guy whose army is a little bit smaller. Go that way. Let's go to the Star Tower. I'm not going to spend any influence on this convoy, though.
What do you require? Can I offer assistance?
For our Sea Helm. Bellmaster's great. We don't have any Merworms yet. This gives bonus infantry to Silverhelm Marines, Lothian Sea Rangers, and Sea Company. This benefits Sea Company, so let's use them. Dragon Mage. Oh, he has his dragon armor now, so he's significantly better in melee now since he has way more armor. He has pretty good stats already. Do I need 5 more melee attack? I don't think so. Let's keep going down his spell line then, even though we do have another mage in the army. We'll level this guy up real fast.
I await your
But yeah, you're going to start coming after
Give the word.
the Dreadfleet. We need to take Galleon's Graveyard. What? I said I need 25 more, and I have 25. That's a bunch of bullcrap. Yeah, I don't want to take attrition this turn, though. Because we're going to need our army as good as we can get it. Okay, we want to upgrade Paul's Anvil first. and do that.
Behold my power.
Okay.
Ready for orders.
Other convoy captain, gotta keep putting points into that. We can take another seat in the Phoenix Court now. Looks like it's mostly just us and Yvres and Alariel taking stuff. I think all the other factions have basically been wiped out. Okay, for the Council of Nobles, this reduces global recruitment by 1, along with upgrading the recruitment edict, so it reduces recruitment cost, and this reduces the grandeur cost for the thrones of the 5 outer kingdoms. So for some of those, that'll be good to Confederate Yvres. This one grants influence per turn for every 2 noble seats we have, which we have a lot of them. And it also reduces the thrones of the inner kingdoms for each of those. What about this? Bonus campaign movement range for every Evercourt seat, which I don't think we have any. Maybe we have 1? No, we don't have any at the moment, so. Grandeur per turn. Ooh, grandeur per turn. Yeah, let's take that one. Incite over magical forest regions. That might give us more trade partners now, since we got vision of a lot of new people. Yes, awesome. So let's do the ones that are least likely to accept any further stuff.
Begging for mercy. A pleasure.
These almost got wiped out by Skulltaker. Interesting. That's very unlikely in most cases. Knights of Calder. Ooh, 12 settlements.
This will be master.
Good job, Imric. Then we'll work on the other stuff. It'll make us a bunch more per turn, so I'm happy with that. And don't think we have any hero slots available. Oh, we have handmaidens now. I forgot about that. Okay, we want to send handmaiden up north because they benefit ranged. So you can get Fecund, which gives growth faction-wide, and then the local province, which is fantastic. Or Genius. I guess we have 2 of them. This is research rate. It also reduces white tower seats. Ammunition for the army, casualty replenishment. We'll just take this one for now. And hope we get a better trait afterwards.
Dispatch me. Can I offer assistance?
Oh, he's got a war wagon. Cool. Alright, that's all we can do right now. Oh, we're getting I forgot to... No, we're getting a rebellion in the Tomb King territory. I forgot to turn it off taxing for 1 turn. Or maybe we did and it was just still too much. We can throw Alistar in there real fast and he'll be able to deal with that. As long as they don't besiege it right away. Okay, movement from the Warriors of Chaos, Be'lakor. Okay, that sucks. They attack Torianic before we can get there. The good news is that they have a lot of infantry. They don't have any range besides the Marauder Horsemasters. So we can't win this most likely, but we just got to do as much damage as possible to weaken this army so our Archmage can take it out. And like the Fortress of Anarian defends not against the Dark Elves or Chaos. Well, technically Chaos, but Norsca, who are Chaos affiliated, but not quite completely Chaos. Actually, Norsca is interesting because Norsca is one of the few like Chaos tribes that is actually more friendly with a lot of the other races along the world. They actually trade in some parts, but they are known to invade like Nordland and the Lizardmen up in Skeggy. But we have pulled back the majority of our units to our leadership point in the back. We are just keeping some spearmen on the walls to try to get these towers to do as much damage as we can. Lots of Marauder champions, a lot of them with great weapons, so these guys will eat through our spearmen if we do not weaken them. This is all about attrition. Do as much damage as we can, try to kill off what we can. On the far side over here, more Marauder champions. Just oodles and oodles of them. Again, spearmen just manning the walls. We have our Eagle-Claw bolt thrower, getting a few shots off on these guys with its multi-shot round. Let's see if we can actually see when the volleys come in. Not bad. But get some good shots. The multi-shot round actually not terrible. It still does some armor piercing. So it's going to be okay at getting through the 80 armor of the Marauder champions. But over here we have set up our defensive point on the leadership control plate. We got to keep this active for as long as possible because it does give us a big boost to leadership along with slightly more melee defense. So we've got a Ulthuan Sea Guard up to control the points for now until our spearmen pull back and get into position. But we've got some supplies now, so we'll start to build up some of those nice towers if we can. The more expensive ones that do nice splash damage. But the Norscan chieftain actually getting through the gate pretty quickly. He is on horse. But that's actually going to be his downfall because he is going to charge headlong into our forces before he can get too many guys there to support him. So we are going to annihilate him, hopefully. But this is a very, very close battle, probably. Because they do not have any range besides some Marauder Horsemasters. So if we can force them into choke points and keep them occupied while our missiles rain death upon them, we will be able to actually do a fair amount of damage. Just about through the gates, they've started to capture some points along the walls that'll let them get through. Luckily for us, though, pretty much all of their units decided instead to actually scale the walls, so that is going to drop their vigor quite a bit. Hopefully that makes our life a little bit easier, because we are just sitting there waiting, so our vigor is going to remain top-notch and fresh. These spearmen didn't quite get off as fast as I would have hoped, though, so they are getting just barely attacked by these Marauder champions. These guys do not have great weapons, but it will be enough to get through the armor of our spearmen if we're not careful. So we just got to keep dragging the unit all the way back. Keep clicking it every single time so they don't get caught, hopefully. You can call bloat thrower. Bloat thrower. Ha, that'd be funny. Bolt thrower and some spearmen. Pulling back, we will try to set up our Eagle Claw bolt throwers right here and keep the Norscans up on the hill so we can actually shoot over our infantry, hopefully. We'll see how well that actually works out later, but spearmen turning around to fight a little bit, but yeah, we'll try to force them out before we lose too many models. They've lost 11 guys so far. They'll probably lose these 3 as well. We are faster than them. Oh, actually, not. That's very strange. Why are we not faster than them? Elves should be way faster than humans, especially since these guys have heavy armor, but balanced decision by Creative Assembly that I don't agree with. But Marauder Champions over here, or Berserkers actually, coming. Luckily, they're actually trying to capture the points and actually not trying to catch up to our Eagle Claw bolt throwers, because they'd be able to if they want to. They have about double our speed since it is an artillery piece, but Spearmen have finally listened to my commands and pulling back, so we have our archers, pretty much all of our range firepower, trying to kill these guys as soon as we can before they actually get to our main line. But the Marauder Chieftain pushing into our Ulthuan Sea Guard and spears. Bad decision on his part. He only has 50 armor while he's on a horse and not great defensive stats, so our spearmen are actually going to be able to do pretty well against him, despite not having great melee attack. Ulthuan Sea Guard have slightly better melee attack than the spearmen though, so they'll be able to do some damage. But our first tower, getting some shots off on these Marauder Horsemasters and Marauder Champions coming in. Unfortunately, its range is like barely at the edge, so its accuracy is not going to be great, but it is going to distract these guys at least for a while so they don't get any other throwing axes up on these guys. But with all the focus fire coming down on these Marauder Champions, they are taking a lot of damage, dying very, very quickly, which is ideal. We got to keep our spearmen as healthy as possible so they can last a long time. The longer they live, the more arrows we can actually use. We are getting this barricade down in just a little bit once we get another tower up over here. Another tier 4 tower. The two spots linked to the leadership point are right there and right there, along with the barriers, but I'm going to try to get these towers up first, because this is all about dealing damages rather than surviving. But lots of Marauder champions still coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So lots of stuff coming at us. Chieftain getting wrecked, though. He was overzealous, and he's paying for it now. Over here, spearmen are able to form up a good rank. If they come after us, we've started building up some of the barricade points. Unlike some of the ones for other races, this does actually not give any more melee defense, but it actually gives a missile buff for nearby units. But we are trying to kill these guys. Some of our archers, unfortunately, were a little bit too far ahead. I had them on guard mode, but sometimes it doesn't quite work exactly like you want it to. But Marauder Chieftain, a little less than 700 HP. Marauder Horsemaster still trying to do damage to this tower, which is okay, because they're not really doing anything, so it's got plenty of health. Over here, this one has done okay damage, actually. But, yep. Now let's actually get to the scary point. We are able to throw out quite a few arrows, and these guys don't have shields anymore. There are some berserkers, so it's just going to be holding the line as best we can. We maybe should have built barriers up here, actually barricades instead of just support buildings. But Marauder champions actually fighting us on top of the hill, which actually is giving them a little bit of a boost, unfortunately, but I was willing to sacrifice that just so we could get better line of sight for our archers so they could still shoot these guys and not have to Arthur fire so much. But still lots of units coming in. Let's see if our Eagle Claw bullet throwers are actually able to get to a point where they can start to get some of their artillery shots off. Looks like they are trying to set up, but not quite able to get them as much as I would have liked on these guys right there. Some of the Marauder champions and berserkers are trying to push through onto these guys in the back, unfortunately. We have the Ulthuan guard kind of blocking their way, but the AI is forcing through pretty well, getting into our back line a little bit. But all this stuff is on guard mode, so it will continue to shoot as best we can. The barricades, yep, providing more leadership and small boost to missile damage. But this is just going to be a knockout fight where we just have to grind as much as we can. Ulthuan Seaguard's still doing pretty well, but yeah, these Marauder champions pushing in on top of our bolt throwers. But we do have another thing, Ulthuan Seaguard right there to kind of protect them as best we can. That unit has been routed, but the spearmen up in the front about had it though. You guys have put up a pretty valiant fight. 44 kills against Marauder champs is actually not bad. But we've actually been able to do a fair amount of damage with our archers. 49 kills, 40, 65, 80, almost 80 on these Ulthuan Seaguard, but they're kind of closing in all directions now. We focused fire and dealt with most of the stuff in this corner, but these are the guys that managed to push through a little bit, and subsequently our spearmen on this flank did get routed, although our Ulthuan Seaguard were still holding up a little bit, but Marauder champions pushing through onto some of our archers now. We call bolt thrower, trying to get some shots off, but I think it's just has a really hard angle of fire, unfortunately. Don't have a really good spot to actually put it, but yep, Marauder Horsemaster still trying to kill this tower. I'm fine with that. We have killed about actually about 3/4 of the units combined, so that's pretty good actually. Over here, Marauder champions. We actually may have managed to wipe out several of them, but they've still got a lot of fight left in them. A lot of berserkers, great weapons. These spearmen actually holding up alright. That vigor actually helping us out significantly. But the Marauders do have rage, so really gonna affect us. If we can't kill them before they get too many guys in the combat, that physical resist and extra leadership gonna keep them fighting for a long time. So not the best, but we're doing what we can. These guys are still building up their rage a little bit. Up here, unit of Marauder Champions has actually managed to push through pretty well into our archers. We kind of ran out of Ulthuan Sea Guide for the most part. They're still being effective. We're still getting shots off. Two of our archers in the back still actually able to hold out. The third one's in combat a little bit. We've almost wiped out these Marauder Champions. They finally do break, but this flank has pretty much fallen. We're going to have a hard time reinforcing over here. These Ulthuan Sea Guard are very low. These guys as well are getting pretty low themselves. Yeah, Spearmen holding up pretty well though. 63 kills. And these guys pretty much have not taken any archer fire as well. So this is just pure martial prowess right there. Only 20 melee attacks. They're struggling to get through the melee defense of the Marauders. These are just Marauders with gut weapons. They're not Marauder Champions, so their stats are significantly worse. That's probably why these guys are faring so bad. But Marauder Champion's gonna come back. 13 models left in that unit, 17 in this one. They've kind of pushed in. Most of our units have been shut down partially. This unit's still fully operational. These guys just barely getting caught and brought into melee now, but hopefully we're going to try to reposition them, get some shots off. It's all about doing damage, killing off these units if at all possible. But they are on top of the capture point now. I think we still have enough capture weight to keep it, but that may change with us not being able to shoot too much anymore. Once our archers get into melee, they do not fare very well due to their very low armor. And Marauder Champions over here doing some good work. Ulthuan Sea Guard finally crumbling, pushing into the archers now. Let's look at the kills on these guys. Yeah, Marauder Champions, 113 kills. 100 on these guys. 51. Not too many on that side. We actually did a fairly good job on here and here. But the guys pushing down from the incline part of the settlement actually did quite a bit more damage. But we put up a pretty valiant fight. Oh yeah, 152 kills. Our Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers have been shut down. Crews ran off. Did try coming back for a little bit, but it's just going to be a little slow grind for us while our units get slowly surrounded. Leadership starts to fail. Balance of power barely holding up. It is going to drop very quickly though. Our units have started a rout, which is going to cause a mass rout very soon. So, valiant defense, but well, we lost the settlement, but I felt like we put up a really valiant fight. We killed off several units, and all the rest of them, they're pretty heavily damaged outside of that. We'll see if they actually sack the settlement or occupy it. Okay, they just sack it. That's good. Because that means the garrison can start to heal up. Ooh, let's see, heal up a little bit. But then there's a... Looks like this is an army from Bellacor's vassal coming out. That's a full army too, which is not great. Bunch of settlements being besieged. Yeah, I can't deal with that one. Unfortunately, the Temple of Adawaith. Oh, that's the one up here, actually.
Champion of the Ever Queen.
Going to the least blessings. So you can maintain high winds of magic. You'll take this, and then come back down and deal with the dark elves over here. Crap. Tomb King rebellions are always a nightmare too. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna put our lords here. He's gonna recruit a little bit. We're gonna deal with those guys because I don't I don't want to lose this stuff after I've invested stuff into it, so let's make sure we tax it. So we're actually making money off of it now that the rebellion has happened anyway.
Standing
Okay,
by.
but you... can you make it to the actual territory?
Without question.
I think so, so it'll probably take you another turn to get there after this, but you'll take a bunch of attrition. That's
Give the
okay, though.
word.
Being able to deal with Dreadfleet once and for all, get rid of Count Noctis will be worth it. Okay. This is safe, though. Let's upgrade that, because wine has a really good final upgrade. See if any of those people are willing to trade with us now. The Bowmen of Orion. They just want an aggression pact. Okay. So defeat. Okay. So neither of those two are possible at the moment for those missions.
Prince.
Okay, we have a lot of Wood Elves coming out to help us.
High Elven.
But what do we do with this army?
Madness! No!
I think we retreat into the settlement. Because we can defend it with this
Magic's
Archmage and a lot of Loathing Seaguard and Ship's Company. All of these guys have missile attacks and they're decent in melee, plus we'll have healing with her.
Command.
Even if Bellicor attacks, I think we'll be able to deal with him. So I think that's our best option right now.
Magic.
I'm not going to pay to repair it, though.
Born to lead.
Let's just
Show
get
the way.
you... some global units as well. I think we only have enough to get 2 archers. So that's good enough.
The city is crumbling.
Handmaiden of the
Oh,
Evergreen.
that's what I did forget about, was our
My
handmaidens.
orders must wait.
We need to see if there's another good trait for us to recruit one of them too. Genius. Entrepreneur. Ooh, entrepreneur. That's one we do want. So let's cancel one of the building upgrades I just started. Where did I spend it? I think most of our money was spent on recruiting, actually. Except for over here. Let's get the handmaiden.
Handmaiden of Alaria.
You're going to be too long to get here and help out on that side, so we'll send you north. And so we're still maxed out.
Are you sweetling me?
I could put down the Invocation of Isha, because that makes us immune to attrition. An extra casualty replenishment. I don't think we need it.
Pure magic.
Yeah, we're fine without. Yeah, I'm kind of mad I forgot about that rebellion. The Tomb Kings, because they're probably going to attack this turn. And we won't have a chance to wipe them out with the help of the settlement garrison. With this new army that we just recruited.
I will grant you the respect due to an envy.
No, no peace. I'm curious to see what's going to happen over here, though. I would expect Bellicor to attack, because it seems like we dealt with Wulfric's armies. Okay, yeah, he's coming over here. He can't do it this turn, but he'll probably have his vassal come and support. This is a siege battle, though. It's a really crappy map, though. I can't lose this, so we're going to fight it. Tomb King Rebellion coming for us. We need to kill this thing immediately because Tomb King Rebellions can be very, very nasty. if we let them build up anymore. This Tomb King is leading several units of Tomb Guard, 2 over here, and on this side another one, along with some archers, Ushapti, and some Nehekar horsemen. One of them has bows. We are going to focus all of our settlement garrison archers over here. We want to do as much damage to these Tomb Guard before they can get on the walls, so we don't have to fight them in melee, hopefully. So we are going to bypass the archers and just try to deal with these guys as soon as possible. The Ushapti will start going after the gates eventually, but our guys are doing pretty well over there. We kept some spearmen just to occupy these towers to get some shots off of these guys and to hold off the Ushapti once they actually come. On this side, initially had them on the walls, like, oh, we can fight that, but I realized that was kind of a bad decision, so we got a few shots off with the tower, but wasn't able to do anything since these guys are in the siege towers. But we're going to pull these spearmen back to our leadership point and choose our spot of last stand right there for them. Tomb Guard with halberds, we killed over half of them, but they still have a few guys remaining. No Realm of Souls has gone down yet, so they aren't getting any healing, which is very nice. Hopefully we can kill them off before that Realm of Souls actually starts to trigger. No, not quite. So there they go, we get a little bit of a healing. But the archers got annihilated, Skeletal Horseman gone, the Hekar and Horseman just barely surviving. These guys are actually, like, Tomb Kings would normally be not that crazy to face, but when they have lots of experience, it actually makes them much more scary. These guys are rank 4, so they get an extra 9 leadership, which for the undead is massive. But Tomb Guard have gotten the walls, so we're just going to let some spearmen deal with them. The Tomb Guard with halberds actually don't have very great melee attacks, so they're really going to struggle to get through the 58 melee defense of our spearmen. On the far side, we're just playing a game of run away, live to fight another day. While we try to deal with this other force, then we'll come and reinforce them over here. But Ushapti slowly chipping through the gate. Tomb Guard and Spearmen duking it out. And I love how both of these guys look. Like, of course, I love High Elves because they're my favorite faction, but the Tomb Kings are also an amazing one. There's the second tier of the Realm of Souls coming down, which actually does a pretty good heal. It's a 1% heal on all of its units faction-wide, so it can heal quite a bit and actually resurrect some guys, but it doesn't last very long. So we're just going to keep duking it out very, very slowly. I thought originally about trying to get our archers to a point where maybe they could start to shoot some of these guys, but I think it's going well enough that we may avoid that. Sometimes the AI actually can shoot through the gates because they removed the actual barrier on the edge of battlements like this because it was causing issues with line of sight. But it looks like we actually couldn't get any shots off into the Ushapti, so we're going to pull them off. Try to get some shots off into these Tomb Kings. With the Tomb Guard over here, halberds and Hopesh, I believe that's what it's called. The Egyptian style swords, which look awesome in real life, by the way. They're really, really cool. But Tomb Guard, 82 leadership, very, very good. Pretty good stats, 39 melee attack, 49 melee defense, pretty decent armor, so they're going to fare well against spearmen. Although it is going to be a little bit longer before any unit can deal damage to one another. But the Tomb King can be kind of nasty. Instead of trying to defend this point, the victory point, we want to defend here to maintain that leadership, and they have to control this one before they can actually go after that. So this is our point of last stand in case everything else falls. What the Tomb Guard have been dealt with. The Ushapti about halfway through the gates, going to leave one unit of spearmen there to guard that, maybe some archers. All the rest of the archers we're trying to pull up so we can start to get some shots off on these Tomb Guard once they actually get to range. We did build a magic tower, the tier 3 tower, try to get some nice shots off on the Tomb Guard. It does do some explosive damage, so if it does hit, it's actually going to do pretty good DPS on these guys. Other archers just barely get into range, but they were getting blocked by this little, I don't know what to call this. It's not an obelisk. An arch? Kind of a weird one, but man, I love that. Ooh, nice shot there, though. I love the design of the Tomb King's architecture in the game. They did such a good job with it. But let's check out this battle a little bit closer. See if we can see any sync animations. I don't remember if there are any between normal infantry like this. There's no monsters right now, but we may see some when the Tomb Prince comes over. But a staunch line of spears, supported by our magic tower, faring pretty well. Yeah, it looks like even combat so far. But I do decide to pull these guys back a little bit, just so these guys aren't being hidden by this tower right here, because our archers are in range now, so we want to start to use them to the best effect. Hit the tomb guard in the side and the back if we can, where their shields aren't going to come into play. Far side, we left 2 archers to help deal with these Ushapti once they get through the gate. Tomb Prince finally making his way into combat. 26 speed, so he is not super fast. Part of that is because he's getting tired from moving around so much. He had to climb the ladder, or through the sea. Yeah, he might have gone on the ladder actually, so that's probably why he's also tired. But he does have access to My Will Be Done, so he can provide a pretty neat buff to nearby units if he gets close enough. So I try to hold them off with these other spears, so hopefully they don't quite get that. Which looks like we did keep it just barely out of range for these Tomb Guard, which is awesome. So they won't get that extra big boost to their melee stats. But the Tomb Guard without halberds fallen pretty much due to the combined of our spearmen and archer fire. The other one's going to fall very quickly. Oh, I forgot, Tomb Guards with halberds actually have shields. I completely forgot about that. They're one of the few unique halberd units that gets that. It's like what? Them, Celestial Dragon Guard, and Temple Guard, I believe, for the Lizardmen. But here's some of those battle chants from the Spearmen. Ta Asurian. No matter what comes through that gate, you are soldiers of Ulthuan. You will hold your ground. Oh, I love Lord of the Rings. See if we can kind of mirror that from the Battle of Minas Tirith. Come on. They got like 2 more hits. You can do it, guys. Got 138. 2 more attacks. There we go. We took some archers up here, so just like the trolls coming into Minas Tirith, these guys are going to take a pretty good volley. No Gandalf to help us, but these guys aren't nearly as scary as the armored trolls of Mordor, the Olokai. So Ushapti, pretty much the only thing holding the balance power alive, because we've dealt with all the Tomb Guard on this far side. It's just the Prince now, or the Tomb King. I always confuse the two. But Spearman holding up to him. He can kill them if he gets hits off, but with the combined fire from our archers, these Ushapti crumble very quickly, and the balance of power radically moves into our direction, and the siege defense is successful. I'm glad we did that. We don't get any money, so we're going to take the Grand Jump return. Convoy encounters. In convoy. When a magic item we gain a chance, according to the law, magical items of such value should be handed over to the captain, but the sailor refused and hid it instead. We could hire the city guard for 15 influence and get Talisman of Preservation. Heck yeah. Oh, Nikai's faction got destroyed. Alright, well I guess I don't need this guy anymore. So let's get rid of him for now. Wasted money recruiting all those units, but can't change it now. Ooh, Invocation of Assyrian. Let's do that, because that reduces construction costs and gives us control faction-wide. Tyrion, you're going to take storage car.
I lust for battle.
Which Tyrion's armies survived for a long time without having to recruit
Tyrion.
new stuff for the most part. Let's just give you more melee defense, Tyrion. Our Archmage, we'll go down your Mage of the Blue one now.
At your service.
Am I planning on keeping this?
Shield against the darkness.
I might sell. Oh yeah, I'll sell it to the dwarves. So we'll build a military building to make it a little bit more valuable to them. So I can come down and deal with all the dark elves over here. Okay. Greater marble, nightwood. We make a lot more money if our control is really high. Why is our control so low? Get it going up as fast as we can then. Okay, Lothern and the White Tower are pretty close to getting enough surplus growth to actually go to the next tier, so we should save money most likely.
High Elven archery.
Yeah. We'll make money by spending money. That's my philosophy, apparently. Okay, Bellacor's coming out here.
I bring Azurian's fire.
If he wants to attack us in the settlement, I'm more than fine with that. Looks like a lot of Wolfric's armies have been dealt with. But there's still this Vassal army that's all the way out here. We haven't seen the Vampire Coast for a while either.
Magic in purest form.
Okay, your Winds of Magic is already pretty much maxed out. Where did you? Let's move our heroes before I forget, though.
Handmaiden of the Everqueen.
And can we make it to the Dreadfleet this turn? Hopefully we can before Count Noctis gets
I
back.
await your command.
Yes! The flaming attacks, we want something that's anti... I'll actually give it to the Lanes of Kurnos. Stack it for 13,000? Yes. And we can still occupy it.
I will.
Ooh, another Talisman of Preservation. Awesome. Dreadfleet has been dealt with. Finally. Let's start moving this towards Banishing Corruption. This really doesn't make any money. But it gives immune to reef attrition, so we might keep it. Ooh, it actually gives the Mistress of the Deep. We get a ability. Cool. So we'll just take this off taxing because it's not going to make us anything anyway, and we'll start getting rid of the corruption.
Son of Ulthuan.
What's really nice about this is that gives us control of this little province too, in case any of our convoys pass through it. Okay. Let's build up our infrastructure first, and then worry about other stuff. Because we have the rate of Assyrian going down right now, so construction costs are much lower. We'll save points to get the ancient city of Quintex to tier 4. Okay, the moon shard is probably safe. So we'll use our growth there first. Invade. Well, oh man, why are they so expensive to upgrade?
Teclis's command.
Okay, I guess we got the fund right now. We do make a fair amount per turn. So yeah, let's pretty much spend as much money as we can. I shouldn't put that in the... I should get rid of that though. We'll save our growth. Over here, we can build this up a little bit.
Restore order.
Which would... Sure, we can start to make a little bit more money if we build this up.
The goddess forbids it.
Hey,
And oh, you're tier 5. That's right.
Have my attention.
Okay, what do we want to start going towards? This would let us get Silverham Marines. Upkeep for artillery. Okay, we'll worry about that next turn. Oh, we haven't looked at our convoy stuff. Our other one. Give you some items. Actually, we'll do glittering scales over that. Talisman of preservation. I don't want to put on our convoys because they're more likely to die. I don't think Emerald Cobbler is always pretty good for the healing on you. I guess I'll leave that as is. I'm going to swap this out for Talisman of Preservation, though. And let's give you one, because you'll be a lot more offensive now. Be the Dragon Skull, because you'll eventually get some dragons. Let's put the Channeling Staff on our healers.
Lord of the Phoenix Court.
Just level up our guys.
Noble Lord.
For your level 10 thing, this gives diplomatic relations with the High Elves. We don't really care about that anymore, but it's income from entertainment buildings faction-wide. We don't have a lot of relations with men at the moment, but it's income from ports or income from industry. I think this one's actually the best one because we have a lot of the entertainment buildings. Culture seats, Council of Nobles. I'll actually do this one because the Council of Noble seats are great. Mage. I want to get regrowth. And our Dragon Mage, let's put another point into Burning Head. See what Be'lakor does. I'm assuming he's going to besiege Tor Anlek. Still several armies around here, although there are some armies of Alariel and Yvras, but I'm glad they keep invading. That's kind of fun. Okay, so he's besieging Tor Anlek. Good to know. Hag Hall, unfortunate we lose it, but we can't do anything about that. But that's a great spot to end episode 10, guys. We'll pick this up in episode 11. It's been a great episode, actually. I'm really enjoying where this campaign is going, actually. It's been very fun. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a great day.